Hi, John Tui here, Solaris Knight, and Doggy Kruger, and a shout out to Action Activate. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Action Activate, the show where I, Gazbot, and my co-host, see, this guy.
Hi.
I literally had it in my mind. This is the big Dawg Defender. I literally had it in my mind like, oh, I always do something goofy or mess up in some way, so I'm going to just do it super straightforward, totally normal, not make any jokes or mistakes, and that'll be interesting. But I couldn't do it. I was going to say co-host, cohort, and what did I say? Cohort? I don't even know what came out of my mouth.
I don't know. I heard co and then just noise.
Co-noise. Yeah, that sounds accurate. So anyway, Big Dog, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm, getting ready for the next few days. We are recording this on Wednesday, December 23rd. So, little eventful for us the next 2 days. But you know what else was eventful? That last, was it 4 or 5 SPD episodes we watched?
4 episodes. There was 5 in between the two-parters, but we watched Boom and we did a review of Boom. So
yeah, that's what it was. It was 4.
I actually watched 1 yesterday, and I had to binge 3 today. And I was kind of not looking forward to it because I was like, I don't want to have to watch 3 in a row. But then I just blew through them because they're good. SPD is just it lives up to the hype. It's a really good season. It's kind of a shame. It's weird because everyone's like, oh, do SPD. It's a great season. But I feel like we don't have as much to say as when we watch less good seasons. We have a lot more to say. We argue, we joke. It's like things happen like this. We're just like, it's great, right? Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing I noticed too is like for example, the first episode I watched from this Recognition, it was like I was thinking if we watched it for the show, like what I would say, and I was just like, the only thing I had was I really like the actor for Sky when he's like an over the top bad guy versus just being Sky.
Like this, I also I'll say this for all 4 episodes. All 4 of these episodes were filler episodes, one-off episodes, whatever you want to call them. SPD in general does a really good job of not following the formula that a lot of other seasons follow, where every episode is kind of interchangeable. On top of that, these 4 were very stereotypical, tried and true storytelling that you see in sitcoms and action shows and whatever. We had Recognition, where it was a body swap episode. We had Samurai, where it was like who you think is a villain, but they're really honorable, and there's just a misunderstanding. Then we have Dismissed, where the noble leader gets dismissed by the higher up leader and has to be, no, he was really good. And then we had Perspective, which is basically Rashomon, where it's one story told from different points of view. All of these have been done a million times in a million genres. They did all of them well. They didn't feel like, oh, they didn't have any ideas, so they did this. It was like they said, oh, no, I have an idea for a way to do that. And all of them were done well. As one example, because I know we want to get into episode 21, is Recognition with Sky, body switch. He was like, I got to figure out what to do. And the bad guy smashes the translator so he can't speak. Any other episode, even another season of Power Rangers, he'd be like, no, guys, it's me. And they'd be like, sure thing, whatever, And so like the easiest thing, it made sense. Oh, he can't talk, So like right away, and then he's trying to talk and he's like, oh, watch out. And everyone hears like, raw. And it's like, it made it so much better than most versions of that.
Yeah, I really commend like everything with this. I've heard, and I don't know because I haven't watched Sentai, but I heard like SPD, Time Ranger, Gal Ranger, Wild Force, and Time Force are all. What did I say? The first one.
You said SPD, which is the American version.
Oh yeah, sorry. That the Sentai is very close to the Power Rangers, but for this, I'm like, I feel like a lot of this has to be different enough. Where like obviously there's some overlap with like
I think
how
it's
the
been
story
confirmed
goes.
that the civilian powers are American only.
Yeah, but outside of that too, like kind of like we were saying, we keep going back to the body swap episode, but I'm like, even if that just core thing happened in the Sentai, I feel like so much was used outside. Like, I don't know.
And also here's the other thing. I think I have not watched very much Sentai. I've watched a couple seasons, but I've watched way more Power Rangers than Sentai. And I know that there's this sort of negative idea of like, oh, Power Rangers, it was exactly like the Sentai. And I always felt that was a weird criticism because theoretically, the point of Power Rangers is to be an Americanized version of Sentai. You know what I mean? Like when we get The Office or whatever, it's just like a regionalized version for us. And I guess the main criticism is from people who watch Sentai every year, and then they watch Power Rangers like a year later or whatever, and they're like, oh, it's the same story, which fair, but like most people, even most fans, don't watch Sentai and then the next year watch the Power Rangers back to back like that. That rarely happens. So that doesn't bother me. If it's a good season, I don't care how much it's similar to the Sentai, to be honest.
Like, to me, the only thing I can equate, and I don't know how many of these you've watched, but like, I don't know if you've watched many DC animated movies where they're like directly from like a comic arc or miniseries or something like that. But like, I've been watching a lot of those because my brother-in-law's a big DC fan, and a lot of these, like, for example, there's one called Superman Red Sun. Where
I've read the comic, I have not seen the movie.
Same. I haven't watched the movie yet, but I was told like, oh yeah, like it's mostly the same but slightly different. Where it's kind of like we're saying with this, whether one's better or worse, the overlap's kind of the same. So if you did do them back to back, you're like, oh, I have kind of seen this. But like,
but if it's 10 years later, then okay, I'm ready to see a Red Sun movie. I read that comic a while ago. Sure,
exactly.
So in a vacuum, is a completely original story for Power Rangers ideal? Sure. But it does seem like the ones that follow the Sentai more tend to be the better seasons. There are exceptions. RPM, obviously, a huge exception. Yeah. But like all the seasons you just mentioned are some of the seasons that most people would agree are good, and whatever. Speaking of good seasons and SPD, let's get into this episode. This is what is it called? The Messenger Part 1. And I also liked in the last couple episodes, even though they had nothing to do with this directly, they've been setting up that Grum is like, kind of getting antsy, and they're going to like maybe make another power move. And when the samurai disappeared in his portal, a little thing flew out and they didn't address it, but it's kind of floated around a little bit. And then last episode, finally, they're like, what was that saved us? Where did that thing come from? So even in that filler episode, it sets up what I imagine now we're going to find out what the little floaty thing is and go from there. So are you ready, sir?
I was born ready. Let me do the countdown. We've learned that I need to be the master countdowner.
4,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rangers, hit play.
Let's do that again. It stuttered. Like I pressed it and then I pressed it again and it still hasn't gone. Hold on a sec. Wait, don't go yet. Okay, I have it fixed. All right, go ahead. Just do a 3 countdown.
5, 3, 2, 1. Rolling.
All right, there we go. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Okay. This intro still every time. Even when I was watching the 3 in a row, I watched the intro every time. Who do you think? Well, this could be a whole episode of itself, but like I was saying, who would you want as a mentor / who do you think is the best mentor? I say that because Doggy is great. I don't know if he's my absolute favorite, but he's definitely in the running.
I feel like for this, you would have to pick somebody that's least like you. So like mine would be Bridge and yours would probably be like Sky.
Oh, yes. If we were in SPD as cadets, that makes sense. I meant if you were a Power Ranger, what Power Ranger mentor would you want? But yeah, I think you're right. Sky is the least like me, so yeah. Or what's her name? Pink. She's also the least like me. But I don't think I don't know that I would get good lessons from her.
Yeah, I don't think you would either.
Like, he'd give me some discipline. I need discipline. You need empathy, is what you're saying.
It's true.
Boom.
Can you turn it up slightly on your end?
I just asked you if it was loud enough. All right, I turned it up.
All right.
Those look like they're magnetic, right?
Yeah, it's literally just magnets.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what the tension there is.
It's going to get knocked over. There it goes.
Okay. Fair.
Me. No, the radio.
That's a good face.
Important with Kruger and Cat and Rangers. Just follow me now.
You would think there'd be some sort of alarm other than Boom running around yelling at people with a science project in his hands.
But we don't know what this is for.
This is not a place of play.
Not play. Big trouble. Listen, I've been working on this for a while now, on my own time. I built a radio receiver.
How cute!
How
He built
cute.
a radio and he wants us all to hear it.
No, you have to hear this. Anyway,
Okay, read the
I was
room,
thinking,
lady.
Where do radio waves go when we're done listening to them? Or radio waves from yesterday, or even 10 years ago?
Space.
Out in space.
Oh, Bridge knew the answer. He didn't call him Bridge
I
or
built
me.
this
We both
receiver
knew.
to pick up free radical radio waves in space, thinking I'd maybe get, the 1932 World Series or even an old presidential debate. But no. Look, just listen.
If anyone can hear this, please send help. Today, July 11th, is the 15th anniversary of the Trubian takeover of our planet Earth.
A radio broadcast from space. What else?
Just listen.
Is that okay? Yeah, I'm not clear if it's the future.
July 11th, the same day Space Patrol Delta fell, leaving us defenseless. The Trubian forces have flushed out all
So he's got the future somehow.
freedom fighters. We have sent out Omega, but have not heard word. Have to sign off. July 11th, 2040.
Guys, come on. A radio broadcast from the future? Not possible. Okay.
Well, if Einstein's theory about time is correct, it's possible.
Whenever
Hello?
they're on a spaceship that
Word.
turns into a robot
Theory.
with aliens and
Not proven.
Cadet, you may be right, and I hope that you are. But today is July the 11th, 2025, the day that broadcast claims SPD fell. Do you want to take any chances?
Come on, Jack. Jack was doing a Beast Morphers Red maneuver of not believing the fantastical in a fantastical world. I still want more explanation for what is going on with her.
With Crybots. I can't have you destroy my best robots now, can I?
I need no future training. I will unleash a power upon the Earthlings as they
That
have
symbol on her
never
chest
seen
kind of looks
before.
like the
I
Sinestro
called
core,
on an
doesn't
old
it?
friend to help. You know him as Shorty.
I'm not showing it now.
I know. I was gonna say let it pan down again.
Yes, he does have an appetite for destruction.
His strength is unmatched.
Like Guns N' Roses.
He's just the kind of muscle I need to help me defeat the Rangers.
And if he can't,
I have a backup plan.
good, then go. And if you succeed, I will turn you back into your precious Mora.
But they established that wasn't her.
Has been verified,
Yeah.
and our first
Words
one
have no
has
meaning.
found it.
Yeah.
Where is Miss Delgado?
After the broadcast, she kind of freaked out. I'll notify her.
Go Rangers!
What was she just hanging out in the woods?
Hey, Jack, what's up?
She's decompressing with nature.
I'll meet you there.
Hello, Z. You been blasting
Oh,
any
kinda
dollies
does.
lately?
Yeah.
Do you know me?
Oh, yes. You're the one who scorched Cindy Sunshine, remember?
Ugh, that
That
doll.
was your doll? I thought it was.
Mora's? It was. Let me introduce myself, Ranger. I am Morgana. Wanna play?
I do like that she has like a straight up supervillain Sentai like kind of
Yeah.
suit. That's the thing. I don't dislike this version of her. I didn't dislike the other version of her, but her character doesn't like. I don't understand it.
We could play like that.
Like, can she still make monsters now, or is she just a fighter?
Maybe it's a thing where, like, depending on her form, she like excels at a certain thing.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. But isn't she more useful as someone who could make unlimited monsters than to just be one fighter?
Unless you are the unlimited monster.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but man, look at how lame Blue's bike is. Wow,
Yeah.
so
Well, at
pedestrian.
least he gets a bike. The girls have to ride together in a Jeep.
I'd take a Jeep.
I would take any bike over a Jeep that I have to share with somebody else.
Hey, we're talking to you.
Me? You must be joking!
Does it look like we're laughing?
This guy looks kind of
That's
weird.
way too humanoid. He's like Rasta Hulk.
He looks like an anime villain. He looks like Devilman or something as
Yeah.
like a cosplay robot.
I prefer Rasta Hulk.
Okay. Either way, it looks like a non-canon character that a fan made up and then made a character of.
Yeah. I feel like those blades are not being utilized.
I
And
tend
that's
to
the
agree.
only thing that upsets me.
She's basically using them the way Shredder uses his, which is
Not
not
at all.
Yeah.
I like civilian fights, but this is one of the few times I would have preferred she morphed right away.
Yeah. I mean, she's hitting
Right?
with
I just
energy
want to see
blast.
sparks every 5 seconds.
Yeah. She does like a little mini dab almost.
Shiny outfit too.
Oh yeah. That. I mean, that was obviously American done because it was the American actress. But now,
So, yeah.
you know, yeah, like is she? Yeah.
This
no.
looks Sentai to me.
Sentai, yeah. She has a symbol on her visor, but I can't see what it is.
So I
What?
want to know how prevalent she is the rest of the season.
Or if she's a
Because-
one-off villain.
Yeah, this is at the top of my list now of Lightning
Of what?
for this season. Lightning collection. I would
Oh,
take this
really?
over a Grum.
Wow, just because of the design, not because of the character.
Yep.
Power down.
Because she's an evil ranger, basically.
Yeah, she looks like kind of like a Frankenstein, like Jungle Fury villain,
Power Rangers. That
like
is
because of the
a joke.
gears.
Yeah.
Oh, like maybe Jungle Fury and RPM.
The winner will take.
Or even Zeo, like the Cog Empire.
Yeah, true.
I mean, because she's a villain. I was trying when she put the mask on. It had like fangs stuff, but I couldn't tell if it was like a dragon or a wolf or if it was just like.
It looked cat-like to me.
But then she flew, so I was like, that's why I thought maybe dragon. Yeah, I don't like this villain at all.
I, for the most part, liked the villains. This one, by far, is the
I agree, and this is my least favorite so far, probably.
I just want to hear those drums.
I met a new friend.
So did we.
What drums?
But I don't think you're gonna like them.
Bring forth the robot.
Are those Rasta drums?
No, the drums
the
that.
theme song.
Yeah.
I thought we were still talking about how you don't like Rasta Hulk. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah.
It makes me think of
Why do I
Gurren
have this
Lagann.
feeling? It's gonna be a long
Kind of,
day.
yeah. Because
Gunman.
the jaws.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna get really fun. Yeah.
That was weird that we panned up through his
Try one of
crotch.
these.
Yeah, maybe it is a snake.
You're really in trouble now.
I do like that they're making his mouth move. That was weird.
I don't
Didn't-
like that.
Nope. I don't hear
I
the
hate when they
drums.
do that because then it just makes me think, why didn't you do that the whole time?
Yeah. This guy's I like her and I like her robot. And I like him too.
Free in the city. Looks like the end of the Rangers is near.
I would love a figure from him. I said it before. I just think he's such a cool design.
Yeah.
So unique in this show.
doesn't look good. We gotta do something. Come on, Rangers.
I do love
like-
the idea of sneaking giant
Yeah.
robot. Yeah. I mean, they're acting like a police officer would, like checking it out,
Yeah.
looking around the corner. But they're like the size of a skyscraper. It's
Yeah, very
amazing.
lethal weapon.
Take that thing down.
Nice try, Rangers.
She's got like earrings that are daggers, maybe.
Move it.
Hey, what's up with her? Man, she's fired up.
Can't you do something, sir?
That wasn't good.
They know what they're doing. They're the best I've ever had.
Wow.
Will that be enough?
What about A Squad? I mean, shouldn't they now then not be still relegated to cadets and B Squad? Like, if they're that good?
Got to keep them humble.
It's too
Yeah.
strong. Shorty, do it now.
Yeah, I can't tell what that symbol is on her visor. At first, I thought it was kind of like Blaze, where it's just like a crack or corruption, but it looks like maybe what the animal is that she's supposed to be.
Hold on, Z.
Could be. I feel like it's probably a mythical animal, like a chimera. What?
In your face, Earth.
That seems so out of place.
Oh, just getting wrecked.
Yeah.
When I push this activator, the signal will be set, and devastation will come to this planet.
Why is he even necessary? What? I mean, he's the Hulk because he can jump like that.
Let's see how Morgana's doing.
Wait, did he press it or not? I thought he pressed it just
She's
then.
beating the Megazord.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be very monumental when he does.
Time to bring devastation to Earth. 3,
Oh no, what's gonna stop him? Oh, that's weird.
That must be
Call
Shadow
that.
Ranger. It is Shadow Ranger.
I've got this one.
Who are you?
I thought you were being sarcastic.
I am Shadow Ranger, sworn defender of the galaxy. Here,
I want to hear that call out. We don't get to see this very often.
Shadow Saber.
Yeah, I like how his saber has to like open up to like
Yeah.
be engaged.
Yeah, that it's a long history of like Sword of Omens for Thundercats or something. Like there's like a extra thing that like powers it up. What?
But how?
No, give it all you got. Yeah.
Here.
Because he's made out of rubber, I guess. That's why he jumps that way and things bounce off him.
I feel like there's a Sentai explanation that we're drastically missing.
I mean, not necessarily, because it's going to be a plot point of like, how do I beat him? And they just have to be like, well, I can tell he's made of rubber, so I got to use a different attack. Oh, now you know it's serious. That was the morph was really cool.
Yeah, the mid-season getting wrecked.
Had enough? I've had enough of you. Oh, please, you weren't even a challenge.
She looks a lot better without the weird do-rag and like whatever that getup she had on.
Sister,
Yeah.
you haven't seen Tough yet. Right, guys?
Now it's morph again.
Fine with me. Ready!
That is one thing that's like always been inconsistent. Like, oh, I morphed. I got knocked out of my morph. I could remorph immediately, or 10 minutes, or the next day, or
Yeah. Whatever the Sentai footage asked for.
But I wonder if it's. I feel like it's probably equally inconsistent in Sentai too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just straight. Wait, what? Can they fly? Or did they just jump higher than she's flying?
I
What
think they
just
jumped
happened?
higher.
That was cool. I guess that was a little. The action was a slightly unclear, but I did like the sword from the bottom coming up was cool.
Oh, you can't do that to me. I'm invincible.
Well, I guess we all have our bad days.
It's not over.
Oh, yes, it is.
He's gonna do the globe.
Shadow Saber.
Oh, I thought he usually makes the circle first. I guess
Yeah.
they expedited.
Different one. The B finisher.
Yeah.
It's all over for you, Morgana.
Wait, but... aha! Yes! No! Activate!
See, why didn't the other guy do that immediately?
Dramatic effect.
Oh, it's just fireworks.
It was just fireworks.
Judgment time. Delgado.
I did not think I was accurate with that assessment.
Shorty! Morgana.
It's just fireworks. It's just fireworks.
And destruction of Earth. Judgment.
Oh, this is ridiculous!
Guilty. Rick. Here.
I wonder if they captured them, they would go on the same card since they were judged.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Canine cannon.
Canine cannon.
Ready.
Fire!
I wonder if they do Lightning Collection, if they did, like if you would get a Rick. Like I wonder how they would handle their
Yeah.
Who is that?
A friend.
Oh, what's they
My
fused?
big brother.
Oh, come on.
I am Devastation, the most wanted criminal in the galaxy.
Don't love
What a
that.
name.
My power.
Oh,
I am Devastation. I love to like surf and stuff. Don't harsh my mellow buzzers.
Suck it to him, brother.
I like his weapon now. It's like a shotgun. He's firing one
yeah.
hand.
Like he's giving me Lost Galaxy vibes of all those pirates in the second half.
Mm.
Nicely done.
Way to go, big brother. Yes, I will make quick work.
The lightning also makes me think of Kaider, the villain from Kikaida.
No.
I told you my brother could handle anyone.
Yes, you did.
I do like her. She's sassy.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to be.
Oh right, I always forget. Oh, this is a two-parter. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How are they gonna wrap this up? It's gonna be terrible. But oh no, it's gonna be a whole other episode.
Fighting us. Together, the three of us are invincible. Surrender.
Not if I can help it.
It's like the Iron Man helmet before the Iron Man helmet.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I would like a figure of her. I'm not saying I wouldn't. What? I thought they were going to hit right into each other when they were flying.
That is your lesson for today. Your homework.
Oh, he's also from the Sinestro Corps.
That rages within you.
Nah, he's from WCW, brother.
I was just thinking that, like, yeah, it's like a less machoed up Macho Man.
Yeah.
No, let them marinate in fear.
I like it better
Let's
having
go.
heard it a bit more, but it is still an odd choice.
Yeah, I think she's like the sister in the Sentai is what I'm getting from the
Yeah, 'cause they
vibe
all
of the
have the same
gears.
symbol. Yeah.
I have sent in an urgent message to Galaxy Command and I'm awaiting word. Until we hear, let's find out who we're dealing with.
His name is Devastation. Who would name their kid that? He truly is the most wanted criminal in the galaxy.
I appreciate that.
Not really. His brother
Yeah.
Shorty is the second. But this Morgana.
Devastation and Shorty.
Yeah.
I know her. She is evil, powerful, and has the imagination of a 10-year-old child.
That's a scary mix.
The Zords took a beating as well. It'll take some time to get them back online.
Commander Kruger, Rangers.
This guy. What was his name? Birdie.
S.P.D. headquarters.
Oh yeah, I didn't like him.
Flight.
No, but you weren't supposed to.
We regret.
Yeah, so I'm on brand.
Take too long to get to you.
I did like the
I
makeup.
fear depleting our forces would fall into
You like that kind of stuff more than me though, because of your previous Star Trek practical facial prosthetics love.
I appreciate good makeup. Yes.
Yeah. And I think that
it was done
originated
badly?
though from Star Trek.
I mean, there's not just, I mean, Star Trek, Star Wars, any sci-fi or fantasy movie that has practical.
Yummy! What an appetizing view!
The thing is, it could look really like this. I think this guy doesn't look great. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it always looks good.
Yeah.
But like, it's a bird beak, which is hard to do, and like they made it look. I don't know, made it look good.
Made it look organic.
We'll show
Yeah.
you who's a
Yeah.
loser. Come on! Great! Weapons! Fire! Oh.
Shorty's such a rubber band.
A rubber band of a man.
He's what? Oh, that looked weird.
It did. I think it was rewound or
That's what I was thinking.
no.
Oh no! It was gonna be rewound. It's like, that makes. I didn't like that.
Come on, Rick!
It's not like a. Yeah.
All right, let's try this again. And still won't work.
I'm not scared. Those pesky Rangers again.
This should be interesting.
I agree.
Excuse me.
Target locked.
I love how he's literally like cannoned up and this guy
Yeah.
waddles over and hits him.
I like how Jack fired it by himself and it knocked him over, explaining why you need 5 people to hold it.
Yeah.
What's going on?
He's like Guido. He's like strong guy.
He's huge.
Oh man.
We've not seen a monster in a while.
This one's oncoming.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
See,
We're in big
in
trouble
this
here.
season, it's very.
It's like with Beast
No time for
Morphers.
jokes, Cat. We need to make her
Yeah.
I wish I were kidding. The repairs aren't finished yet.
Now what do we do? I hate it.
The bait.
Did you just say I hate buildings?
Yeah.
We're not down yet.
I never thought it would be so easy.
With the Rangers out of the way, we will rule alongside Grum.
I feel like he's being a parody. Like this is like the
Yeah.
dub over of an abridged version.
I think you're right.
You're a menacing villain that just took out the Rangers.
Was right.
All right, man.
We're gonna rule the planet. Oh yeah.
Be like Tommy Chong and Macho Man put together.
We're gonna rule the planet, brother. Yeah, it's pretty good. I agree. That's a good. That's the mix that they. Oh, there's
Dun dun dun.
So, I liked it quite a bit. There were a couple weird moments, that we discussed as we went along. But overall, I think it's a good setup. I'm looking forward to part 2. Oop, I moved my microphone away from my face. I don't know why I did that. It might be my favorite intro to a 2-parter so far. Maybe. That's the problem, is that they've all been pretty decent. There was that one bad one in the beginning about the kid, but the rest have all been pretty decent.
Wired was good. Oh, I may have liked. I don't remember if I liked Shadow Part 1 better or not.
Shadow, I liked, but I was underwhelmed because I think I was expecting such big things that it was good, but not as good as I maybe thought it was.
Actually, you know what? I preferred the first episode as my favorite.
Oh, that's 2-parter. I wasn't thinking of that as a 2-parter. Yeah, that was a really great setup.
The only reason I know is because I looked.
Fair. Yeah, I'm looking forward to part 2. This is good. There was a couple weird things that we pointed out along the way, but not enough to detract. I would still say this was an A-level episode.
I'm going to put this as I'm going to say it's a B.
Oh,
because
a B, wow.
The only reason it's a B is because, the meat of it was good. The condiments were odd.
Okay. I guess, but I feel using your metaphor and sticking to it, I feel like, okay, well, there were pickles and there was onions. Those are fine. And then there was that peanut butter. That was weird. But it wasn't, all the condiments weren't bad.
Well, that's the thing is, we had multiple villains that looked cool and that fought well.
Yes.
One of the villains was goofy and wasn't my favorite, but he turned into an oversized monster, which we haven't seen yet, which was cool based on the rules we've established in the season.
Correct.
The voiceovers were interesting, and that was essentially putting mustard on a cracker. Some people like it. I don't understand why you would do it.
That sounds great to me right now. I'm actually starving, so all this food we talked about, I will eat. We got to do this one a little bit quick this week, unfortunately, because like you said, I have a lot of stuff going on too with the upcoming holidays and stuff. But I think next week we'll be back with part 2. We should be. We haven't discussed it, but I don't think there's anything going on. If we're gonna this week, we'll let you know, but I don't think we will. But before the next episode, I want to talk about the voting again.
Yes,
because we have voting up on the YouTube channel in the community section. We have it on our Facebook Action Activate page. All the links are below, by the way. We have it on our Instagram Action Activate page, and it's on my personal Twitter. And it, for some reason, they only let you have a poll for 1 day, so it's expired. But if you put a vote in the comments, I will count it. I bring this all up because before our next episode, we will look at what the totals are, and that is what we're going to go with for format. There have been people that voiced they wish we'd show the video. There are other people that had different opinions. As of now, I tallied it up. The format we are currently doing, where we react live with audio, is by far winning. And on YouTube, I think it's not, but I tally from all 4 social medias, and it's double the other ones. And the other options that have some votes are to add video or to watch it ahead of time and then talk about it afterwards. They both have some votes, but you'd have to put those together to equal what we have now. So there's still another week or so to go. So feel free to vote. If you haven't, feel free to vote on a different social media platform if you want to make your vote count more. And then, come next week, whatever format we go there, that's what we're going to stick with going forward. And we did a vote once before, but people said they might want to change it. So we're open to changing it to what the people want. Yep. I don't know. I think that's about it, unless there's anything else you want to talk about before we go.
Yeah, this is something I didn't talk about with Gazbot, but thought about before this show. So there's not going to be a formal poll for this, but at the end of the year, especially on YouTube, you see a lot of best of the year lists or videos or things like that. If that's something you're interested in us doing, a best of this year favorite thing of, Power Rangers we've watched, Power Rangers comics we've read, Lightning Collection, whatever, let us know in the comments.
I'm unclear. Are you asking that it would be in something in the theme of Power Rangers, or you're saying comics we read, like any comics we've read?
No, well, if people want non-Power Ranger stuff, let us know that too. We've never really asked that, but if
No,
I'm
but
just curious.
because as we've made it clear, I'm way behind in the Power Rangers comics, so that would not be a good topic. But there is supposed to be a Power Ranger comic video coming up soon.
There is. So I was going to bring that up as well. So it's the end of the year, and for my job, that means things get very hectic all at once. So I just finally caught up on the most recent issue of Power Rangers. I'm going to be recording that tonight and then sending it to Gazbot, so expect that soonish if it's not out already. And they actually just announced that a one-shot is coming out in March, which is going to be I don't know if it's a prequel. From my understanding, from the little blurb they gave us, it's going to tie into the current Power Rangers comic universe, but it's about Astronema.
Okay.
And her with Ecliptor when she's younger, before she's like fully head of the Intergalactic of Evildoers Incorporated.
Focusing on the bond that they shared growing up and stuff, I guess. That's
so
interesting. I always like that
it's her
relationship.
like doing stuff with Ecliptor on behalf of Dark Spectre, but supposedly it ties in, and it's titled Power Rangers Unlimited, and then the second part is like something about Astronema.
Which means Power Rangers Unlimited is gonna, if it does well, be an ongoing series where they highlight things.
Or it could be an event, who knows? Like,
oh, true.
Yeah, but expect comic stuff from me. And in the last week, they actually...
I will say, depending on when this goes up, even if I get it from him today, it's not going to go up till after Christmas, just to be clear.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's plenty of things people are doing in the next couple days anyway.
True.
One last thing. The newest 45th Sentai had some released photos and intel. Gazbot and I haven't talked about it at all. What are your initial thoughts?
The main Red Ranger looks like a super fabulous Sixth Ranger. I love the way he looks. It's crazy that he's number one. And I heard a lot of people saying he looks like a Kamen Rider. But what I thought, which I've then since seen other people say, he looks like Aka Ranger mixed with Big One, which are both Sentai only characters.
Yes.
And apparently that might be what he is. Like the rumor I heard is that the Rangers might have the ability, kind of not exactly like Gokaiger or Super Mega Force where they become that Ranger, but they can pull elements of powers together. So it's sort of like, I guess, what was that Kamen Rider? Builds? Is that the one where they smushed? So it looks like kind of Kamen Rider Builds.
Or Decade maybe had that too.
No, the one where they would have the two.
Oh, the mash the stuff. Yeah, that's Build.
So I feel like it's kind of like a Kamen Rider Build mixed with Gokaiger theme-esque thing. The other Rangers other than him seem to be like humanoid mechs, I guess.
So the initial images, I think, is in their like what I'm going to call their deluxe form. So he's all fancy looking. They look like they have Zord armor on or are Zords. Since then, I have seen images not of Red Ranger. So Red Ranger has like a base form that we haven't seen yet that apparently is a secret.
Yeah.
But the other Rangers we have seen, and they don't have as much of the motif for homages of Zords. What do you think of that, by the way? I thought that was
like
awesome.
The original, that looks like the Daizujin / Dino Megazord from the first season. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, all of them have a theme.
Oh, well, that was the only one I recognized off the top of, like, just looking at the picture. I don't know what the other themes are.
So,
yellow. Talking about this.
Yellow is Wild Force.
Because yes, I did know that because it was Gao something. What is the name of the new team? I'm trying to look it up and I can't find it easily.
45th.
Oh, I thought you knew off the top of your head.
I didn't know. I just know that they're cool looking. Zenkaiger.
Zenkaiger. There it is. Thank you. Keep chatting. I'm looking.
But yeah, the Red Ranger has this like Gatling gun kind of thing that apparently has little discs or little coins that he puts in. And I've seen that kind of like Gokaiger, like we said, each one has like either a Ranger from it or a Zord from it and says the number of the season, which is kind of cool.
This season could be fantastic and awesome or horrible. I feel like it's not going to fall in between. You know what I mean? Like they're really swinging for the fences here. It also, I hate to bring up controversial things about like this being the end of Hasbro and Toei's partnership and or the end of Sentai as we know it. But there's Illuminati where I found the image. This is the team we're talking. Oops, that is not supposed to do that. went to an ad. This is the team we're talking about. So you see, this is the middle guy, which we presume is a human, and then these are the. So this is Gal Ranger / Wild Force.
Yep.
That's Daisugen / Mighty Morphin. This is Mystic Force. What is this?
Yes.
Okay, Mystic Force.
Badger Ranger.
And this is RPM.
Bokenger.
Bokenger. Okay, I do like this. And is it a anniversary season over there?
45th.
Oh, you said that. Sorry. Yeah. So the fact that it's an anniversary season makes sense with this, but it could also be them deciding to end the whole thing on a big bang. I've heard people say, "Oh, they never would have something this crazy if they had to worry about Hasbro adapting it." I don't want to get into the whole debate about that, but I understand this. Why I bring that up is because this is so different and so crazy. I understand why it makes people have theories about things. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. I can't imagine what the 6th Ranger is going to be, or the secondary Megazord, like when they start off this bonkers, you know?
Yeah, I think either way, like you said, it's going to be great or terrible. No real in between, but I appreciate stuff like this.
Yeah, me too. These are the forms you were talking about before. You could see they're a little
and this is the thing. Scroll down.
Yeah.
They are like 2-person Zords.
Yeah.
Like 2 of the Zords make a Megazord, so we have multiple Megazords.
But I wonder if the Megazords they're going to be inherently smaller. So it'll be like a mid-range Megazord and then the full. And this is why I said it reminded me of Build too, because you can see they could swap them so that they're not necessarily tied to that one. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting.
I love this. I think it looks great. If there's ever going to be a time of them having you personally love the leader the most, this is the season to do it.
Possibly, although I read a description of the character and it seems like it's going to be very similar to what they've had in the past, of this sort of like over the top, enthusiastic guy, which I kind of like, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but that's going to be cool. We're definitely going to get stuff for that eventually. Hopefully, at the next Power MorphCon, there's going to be stuff available. That would be a win-win.
Yeah, hopefully the next Power MorphCon is able to happen as scheduled. But we do have to go. I will say that I have also seen the new Lightning Collection monsters that have been announced. Not at all excited about them. Happy they're doing more monsters. Not happy that there are more monsters of the week for Mighty Morphin at a $30 price point.
I am fine with them. I am not excited for analytical reasons of King Sphinx looks like poop.
Mm-hmm.
And until you show me otherwise, I don't trust you guys. I had an old Ranger figure, Time Force Red, that I cracked open the other day when I was cleaning. And
not old, the new one, but you hadn't opened it in a while, you're saying.
Well, Time Force Red, when did it come out? Like forever ago.
It's Lightning Collection, though, just to be clear.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry.
Yeah.
Lightning Collection. And like the paint on the thigh is like this.
Yeah, no,
like it's supposed to be a ring. The
paint apps have been inconsistent, and that's been a problem with the line. But I'm even putting that aside. I'm saying if the paint apps on these are perfect, I mean, I might get them eventually. There's no urgency because they're not must-have characters. They're kind of cool-looking monsters, but they're not must-have characters. They're higher than normal price. If I even see them in a store, I never saw a Pumpkin Wrapper or King Sphinx at a store, and and I just wish. It's not even the Mighty Morphin thing. It's like, okay, do Mighty Morphin, but give us Babu and Squat and Scorpina and like main characters. Like, do we need an eye guy? Really?
I'd be fine with it if he looked great. Like on the contrary,
it's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah,
he doesn't look great, and he's not I'm saying I would get a Scorpina, let's say, even if I knew the paint apps would be great, because like I need a Scorpina. I don't need an eye guy. You know what I mean? So it has to be good.
I'm on the opposite end where give me whatever you want, but make it great. And then it just makes it easier for me to agree with your picks that aren't my favorites. You know what I mean?
Well, one or the other. I think they're doing a bad job on both fronts.
I think they need to fix
with the monsters.
I think across the board they need to fix the paints before they fix the picks.
Yes, but the choices of the Rangers have been much better than the choices of the monsters. That's all I'm saying.
Fair.
So there's a little bit of an argument. So good.
We did it. It's been forever. We haven't argued during SPD at all.
Boy, but I've been Gazbot.
I continue to be the big dog defender.
And
to the power. See you guys later.
What? I sometimes confuse even myself.
I just realized I haven't had a black cap on in these videos forever, because the hat in that video is somewhere Paramount's, or not Paramount's, at California's Great America because it flew off on a roller coaster.
Cool story, bro.
Fun fact.
It's a fact. I'm not acknowledging the fun part. I'm just saying it's a fact.
It's true. It's factual. It happened. I was there.
I believe that it happened.
I experienced it.
I don't agree that it's fun.
I can agree with that as well. I retract my previous fun.
Yeah! Ninja Seal. Okay, bye.